Yes. I just remembered what I had found out. Yeah. When I was staying in Squim, it seemed that a lot of churches had given their benevolence over to private charities to manage for them. Oh. I made mention 3 or 4 years ago that if I found any church that decided they didn't have to extend benevolence or manage their own benevolent funds, they could use some third party to do the managing of the funds. Ooh. I got very frustrated when I had to walk around for weeks, and that was 3 or 4 years ago. And I'd go to a church and say, "Well, could you help me with a motel pooch?" They're like, "No, I'm sorry, we no longer manage our benevolent funds. We give them to community action programs." Yes. Could you get me the actual giving of each and every church to those that are homeless, starving, in need of clothing? It seemed that they just wanted somebody else to manage the benevolence funds of each and every church, and I thought that violated the actual the doctrines of the denomination. Now, I've grown very frustrated over the last 7 years. There seem to be some third party organizations, church organization, New Life Bible, no, Church Apostolic Faith. That's the church I go to. I remember when you closed the Serenity House, I called them. In fact, we prayed at a Bible study. And I was getting a ride home from church last night, and I told the guy that gave me a ride, I said, you know what? God did actually answer prayer. I was able to sleep on the floor, though it started with an inflatable mattress until I rolled over one night and put my elbow through it. Yes, God did answer prayer. Pooch. Now, yesterday I was at another church service at the senior center. Somebody leases the church, and we prayed. And I know I'm not supposed to tell the world about the actual prayers that I get prayer for, Pooch. But I thought, you know what? God answered that prayer. Wouldn't God answer that prayer? Now I'm a little upset at law enforcement not enforcing my victims' rights or the rights of my sons. I think there's going to be a lot of pain and suffering involved in the lawsuits that you're going to receive because for 7 fucking years, 7 years, you decided you'd hold my sons hostage without any manner of notice or opportunity to be heard. It seems that the sheriff's department doesn't understand what 7 years of homelessness is.